Bonjour, punters. Je m'appelle PB from Racecourse Capital. Welcome back, mate.
He pulled it off. He pulled it off.
Mate, I had to go right back to year 8 French class for that shit. But why not, mate? Why not start with a bit of a laugh, eh? You know, that's about all the French I can remember, other than baguette and fromage and one of the most famous lines out of Pulp Fiction, Le Royale with cheese. Isn't that what they call a large quarter pounder? So anyway, how's the week been, bud?
Not too bad. Pretty stock standard week, I think.
Stock standard from Thai. What does that mean?
Oh, well, just...
What is a stock standard week for Thai?
Sleep and work, I think, isn't it?
Eat, sleep, horse, analyse.
Yeah, lots of hours in front of the computer.
It is, mate. You do spend countless hours analysing all the form. I know you do love it. You're a spreadsheet guru and a numbers man, which is very exciting. But first of all, we're on our beers tonight, mate. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
So, as we mentioned last week, we're sticking with the non-alcoholic varieties at the moment because we've got a fair few to work through, and I'm trying to behave myself. So far, so good. Email. So we're actually on the James Squire Zeros, and I tell you what, it tastes just.
I like it.
It's very similar to 150 Lashes. Just missing the little fruity hops, I think, out of it, but. I tell you what, you can't tell that this doesn't have any alcohol in it. Remember that milk ad? You know, where the guy just, comes into the milk bar and says, I'm looking for some milk. And the old bird goes, do you want medium fat, low fat, no sugar?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, this goes, I just want milk that tastes like real milk. Oh, this is a beer that tastes like real beer, but without the alcohol. So cheers, punters.
Just start getting sort of a kickback from these little shout-outs you're doing.
Maybe I need to. So yeah, look, breweries out there, if you want a public spokesman that wants to push in non-alcoholic varieties, and I am your man.
There you go, mate.
You've got a great little platform here on Racecourse Capital. Let's go and get it done. Anyway, it's not called The Beer Show. It's called Beers and Bets. So the beers are in. I've had a good couple of swigs of that, and I'm feeling really good. Ty, let's have a recap of last week before we sort of chat about what's on the go for tonight and the weekend.
Well, we should probably start with your magnificent Friday night at the Sunny Coast.
Was it Friday night or Sunday? I thought it was Sunday. Sunny Coast was Sunday, was it? Oh, Friday night, was it?
Friday night clean sweep.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
How could you forget?
Sorry, punters. Yeah, it was fucking alright, wasn't it? So 6 out of 6 at Sunny Coast. Fucking hell, I tell you what, when you have weeks where you can't buy one, mate, I couldn't give one away. They were so good. It was just played out really well. I was very happy with that. Form lines read nicely. Horses that I was expecting to run well, ran well, so I was very happy with that. So yeah, peachy keen, can't complain with that. Very, very tasty with that.
Okay, well.
And then we moved on to...
Well, that Friday night, I think we had Mooney Valley on as well.
Yeah.
Hit 3 winners there.
Very good.
Tough
track, Mooney Valley, so I think if you pick up 3 or 4, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's so true. But it can be fucking disaster sometimes.
Absolutely.
We had Canterbury on as well. We got 3 there.
Yep.
Then we went to the Saturday. Flemington was even tough, to be honest. Like, there was a lot of... Again, this happens a lot when horses are resuming. There's like a whole heap of them resuming. There's no real obvious form lines, and then the ones that come through, it does your fucking head in. You go back through and you go, what did I miss? What did I miss? But there's nothing really that stands out that you missed. It's just, it just happens. So it was one of those weird days. We managed to find a few, which was good.
Was that the day of Coolangatta too? And I wish I...
Coolangatta? You would have been pushed into Coolangatta here, PB?
Well, I hope so. I did sort of, I don't like to go against my mate here, but sometimes there's just something that stands out, and I know Coolangatta and the 4 lines behind it, and ran extremely well, but the one to Black Book, I wish I win.
I wish I
win. What a last 200.
Holy.
What a last
huge.
200. It seriously just put the afterburners on.
For a horse that's like not set for 1,000 metres at all, like it's like 14 to 1,600 sort of distance.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive stuff.
So turn of foot was sensational. So it was some big things there. That might actually open up some different opportunities now that they know that it can potentially run well at the shorter distances.
Like a 1,200 or something like that.
There you go. Oh, 1,200 would have been perfect. Would have cleaned us all up.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on to the other Saturday. Oh, we got to talk about your Saturday.
So Eagle Farm, last Saturday at Eagle Farm, we had 8 out of 9 winners at Eagle Farm, so we were very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. On the Sunday, we threw up a card for Sunshine Coast. We were 4 out of 7.
Yep.
2 placings up there as well outside of those wins. So money back on 6 races. Thought it was pretty good. What else? Did you have anything on the Sunday?
We had a Ballarat and we got 6 out of 8.
Ballarat was a good day.
And the best each way came through as well.
Yeah, it did.
On.
Very, very nice. Then we moved through the week where you put a couple of free cards up there for the Victorians. So Pakenham and Sale. Start with Sale, 5 out of 7.
5 out of 7.
Do you know where Sale
Wednesday?
is?
No, I have no idea. But
Yeah.
geez, it's been bad to me, and I'm so glad it finally turned the table.
It was nice to actually see you smile and get a win, mate, eh?
I was very concerned on Wednesday. But, 5 wins, 2 seconds.
Beautiful,
Good
and
stuff.
you hit also 50% in what you would now call Suburbia with Pakenham.
Pakenham.
Very
That was
good.
last night.
Oh, punters, I did find out where Pinjarra was. It's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours north of Perth, just for those playing.
Okay, that's not that far.
No, it's not that far at all. That's
It's like here to Toowoomba sort of
yeah,
thing.
it's probably like when they do, the Bow Desert is metro or the Toowoomba one is metro. So yeah, Pinjarra didn't go very well, but you know what? Hey, at least I found out where it was, and I can probably do some better form study for it next time.
There you go.
All right, so that was the week. We also had a post up about farriers. Threw a little post up about
yes,
farriers.
yeah.
Did you know what a farrier was? And just going back through the time and the importance of the feet and all the rest of it, which I found really interesting. Love researching these at the moment.
Yeah.
And then on the Tuesday, the analysis went up.
Yeah, we had a bit of a look at, the topic was grade droppers, which I'm sure we've all come across from looking at some form. Those horses that drop back in grade, and sometimes it seems obvious, and you look harder, and there's other variables involved in that as well. So a bit of a look. So next week we'll go on to a different topic and have a little bit of a write-up.
It's funny how it is not just as straightforward as put your horse on the float, turn up to the track, run fast. There's a lot of strategy analysis, science behind it too, about, the distances and,
Absolutely, yeah.
You'll get pretty excited when I start talking about slow twitch and fast twitch fibres and all that stuff. So now I'm starting to get serious. But yeah, it really is interesting. It's no different to you being a coach prepping a 100-metre sprinter against a 1,500-metre long distance runner or something like that.
Same thing. Yeah. Same thing.
Awesome. Yeah, very excited. Lots of good things to come. Loving the promo pumping out at the moment for the autumn. Getting a lot of interest with that at the moment, guys. So don't leave your intake too late.
Yeah, so the days are running out for February to get on for March. So the discount is $100 for 3 months. So it's crazy value.
Awesome.
I worked out the other day, it was like $8.30 a week or something.
$8.30, mate.
Something like that. I worked that out over 12 weeks. I think there actually might even be 13 weeks.
Nice.
So
it's cheaper than a Big Mac meal.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We're just giving it away.
Well, then we can give you some winners, and then you can go back and get 2 Big Mac meals. There you go. All right. So today, 3 tracks that we looked at. Wasn't much coming out of Queensland or WA, so we left them alone. But we did have a look. We'll had a first stab at Canberra for the Black Opal.
Yeah.
Who won the Black Opal, by the way?
It was I feel like I watched that race.
Anyway, once I finds that out, we did have an interesting day of 3 winners. I think we had 3 winners there, so it was a bit of a challenging day. They've never looked at Canberra, been past the track and watching racing, but never really had a step in the dark. So had a go at it. Yeah, that was our tip. Lego Lass did very well. Had a slight little drift on it, but it was pretty good.
Bjorn Baker.
Yeah, so nice little run there. So not a bad day at Canberra. Then we moved on to tonight, which is Canterbury and Moonee Valley this evening.
Yep.
So halfway through the program, or over halfway through the program at Canterbury, and what are we in Moonee Valley? About 4 races in. Yeah, well, we're coming up to the 4th.
Probably just running now.
Yeah, coming up to the 4th. So we've got tips up for the members for tonight. So good luck for those that are following. So I was just going to throw the little video on, and we'll see how we're going here. Yeah, we are live.
We're live.
We are live. I'm no Matty Hill, so I'm not going to try and call this race home. But anyway, so a couple of cards to finish the Friday off, and then look into a big Super Saturday again, mate.
Massive Saturday.
Yeah, Blue Diamond.
Massive. Blue Diamond is...
So we got the Blue Diamond, which you don't even want to talk about yet.
Well, I've got to have a really good look tomorrow.
You're going to talk about it tomorrow, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Who's going to win this?
Look at this. See, males can't do 2 things at once. Futurity Stakes are on tomorrow as well, so some very big racing tomorrow, which will be really good. We've got a good card at Doomben. which looks pretty good. But I'm more excited about the card at Ascot. Talk to you about it a little bit later. But there's some lovely horses that are coming back into that, which I'm pretty excited about. Let's kick off with Tom, and we'll go arigato, Tom, and as he's just come back from Japan.
Now, he hasn't given us the race numbers.
No, he hasn't, but he's going to give us a 2-horse multi again, which is pretty cool.
So he's gone with the In Secret into Animo once again.
Oof. In Secret into Animo. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, they're two pretty bomb-proof sort of horses, I think.
Absolutely. You probably want to jump on early.
In Secret $2.15 and what's Animo $1.70.
Oh.
So what do we just multi him up now? What do we get?
Well, Sportsbet offering us as a multi.
365.
Very nice.
That's actually not too bad.
That's a very juicy little pick right there.
Not too bad.
365, you can do plenty with that. You smacked a pineapple on that.
They've both drawn well too.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Excellent. Well, that's going to be some good races. I can already see some other names in there that you want to have a look at. One of your favourite Laws of Indices.
Oh yeah.
Out in the market there, yeah.
Ladies
Rhino Lane has gone into Sydney on the back. 21s, can't discount that even though it's on the drift.
Oh, I know.
One of my favourites would be Moanga.
Moanga, yeah, that's a great horse.
It's a nice little each way. We want that to place because we want Animo to win tomorrow.
I just
And I saw Bowman got cleared, so he's all good.
That's the horse that Malady's going down for.
Skirt the law. Yes.
Won the Magic Millions.
Absolutely. Look at that. Look at those form lines. 1, 1, 1, and let's make it another one tomorrow.
Can't argue with that, can you?
No, you can't. So yeah, big day at Randwick. What do we got? Another 10 races at
10
Royal
races.
Randwick.
She's had some 10 race cards there, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It's a nice way to kick off the Saturday. Really, you get one in before the rest of the country sort of kicks off. You know, so it's good. Really nice. All right, so that was Randwick. We'll have a quick chat about Doomben. Doomben looking at a soft 5 tomorrow. Some heavy, well, not so heavy, but some consistent precipitation happening at the moment. Has been yesterday and today, which is really going to fuck up my weekend because I'm ready to go and drop some pingers and go to a festival tomorrow. So I'll be out the afternoon, so I'm not really going to be sure how the races are going. I'll be fist pumping in the air for the afternoon, so it should be pretty good. But there's a couple that I do like, and it's a nice little segue when we talk about the festivals because we're looking at race number 2, Above and Beyond. If you are any trans followers out there like myself, then you will certainly know Above and Beyond, an amazing trio.
Okay.
Yeah, that just produced some of the most amazing melodic trance chords that you can just fly away to. So anyway, Above and Beyond Race 2, the horse Above and Beyond Race 2 has got some really good Sydney form that'll give it plenty of experience for tomorrow. It is going to step up in distance. And if you look at the form lines and how it's been running, you can see that it has been flying well, but it's been stepping up in distance every race. So I think they're going to keep looking to see how far they can push it. Jimmy Byrne on the back is a really good push, so I do like that, and I think the distance will be good tomorrow for it. So Above and Beyond sitting at 480 to give the favourite a bit of a run. Then we're going to look at race number 8. Yeah, race number 8. There's a couple of others there, but I'm going to save it for the members tomorrow. But race number 8, Tenzing.
Okay.
Have you got Tenzing there, mate?
That's it.
Yeah, it is. Number 20. Number 20,
That's
right
a
down
big
the
field.
bottom. Yeah, massive field. That's what I mean. Like, it's a good race tomorrow. And we've already had some scratching, so the reserves are in, which Tenzing looks like he was one of them. Now, last start winner was back in December, so we've had 62 days of a rest for Tenzing, which is only going to be a positive.
Kiwi horse.
Got gelded, I think, prior to the last win. So the gelding is going to, from my thoughts are that the gelding the horse is just going to make it concentrate a little bit more. For those that don't know what gelding is, maybe I'll throw it up on a Monday night, but we'll go from there at some point and talk about it. But it basically it's having your balls removed. You know, I'm sure marriage is a bit similar, but 2 kilo claim on the back as well. So I think I do think Tenzing in the race number 8 will be the super one. We are then going to have a look at. I think we might go over to the west. I'll get my talking out of the way. Ascot, Ripper, as I said, Ripper 9 race car tomorrow. So looking very tasty. Soft 5 over there too, so it should be really good. We're going to have a look, and I didn't put the race number down. I think it's in race 2 or race 3, I think. We're looking for my boy Warm and Fuzzy.
Oh,
Warm and Fuzzy's back again. Yeah, so we worked hard late. It might be race 3. Yeah, so last start, it did plenty of work, hard work late, and it ran on fairly well for 3rd. The 2 kilo claim was awesome to help it with this week. It is a very honest horse. Loves, just loves running. I can't be any sort of simpler than that. You can just see he just gets out there, and in that last 200 really digs in and knuckles down, and really impressed with his third placing last time. We get a 2 kilo claim. We swap jockeys, put Ty Dyson on the back, and I think that's also going to be a bit of a plus. So look out for Warm and Fuzzy at Ascot, race 3 tomorrow. We're going to have a quick look at race number 7. Feels playful. All right, so Holly Watson stayed on again. Loving this consistency by the stable. Last race start was very impressive. Led all the way, mate, from the barriers to the post. Led all the way.
Nice.
It just needs to keep going because we're going up 300 metres in this week. We're pushing out from the 1500 to the 1800. It was starting to tire a little bit late when it did win, and maybe just backed off a fraction. So as long as it keeps pushing through the line, I think it'll be a very good run tomorrow.
Okay.
Race number 9. Probably going to be a bit of a value play tomorrow for all you punters out there, but it's going to be Moi Shu. Moi Shu, yeah, it was very unlucky last start, to be honest. It led 97% of the fucking race. And got done by...
Soul destroying.
Yeah, it got done by a testicle. Anyway, it got done, but it showed plenty of form that it can lead, and interestingly enough, it's not a known leader, so first time went and led.
Speaking of grade droppers before,
Yes.
the new post,
Yeah.
there we go, your pick is a grade dropper. So his top weight carried 56 kilos last time. He's carrying 61, but gets a nice little 2 kilo claim. So sometimes you can look at that 61 kilos and write them off, but you don't realise that little 2 kilo claim comes in and puts you on sort of equal weights with a few of them. It puts you a little bit closer together.
May have read the post on Tuesday just to get some insight into that. Sitting at 550 at the moment, riding this with the 2 kilo claims. I'm very happy to push Moi Shu.
Very good.
Go for gold, mate. Let's finish off with the big ones.
So the Sandown. First one I like is race 3. Race 3. What do you reckon? It's gonna be?
Prodigy.
That's actually one of them.
Oh,
But the one that I like at the odds is Turath.
Tarath. Okay, sorry, punters. Yeah.
But I do like Pride of Jenny in this race as well,
Yeah.
mainly because of the gate. Being on the rail at Sandown Lakeside can be really
Be a benefit. Good push.
and can really be hard to run down.
Yeah.
So I like Tarath coming through a couple of strong races. It's coming out of the race behind Jacquino. That's a pretty high rating race. And before that, it was second to Jigsaw. So it's third up, out to the distance that it prefers, against back against the females. I think this is a very winnable race from gate forward, just behind the speed. Like I said, Pride of Jenny's probably going to be on the rail.
I think so, yeah. I think so, but honestly, Tarath will be right there as well. So
yeah, so I think at $5.50, Mark Zara on gate 4. I think there's a lot of positives there, and like I said, I think it's just come through those really strong races. So I think it's almost, I don't want to say it's back in grade, but it sort of is coming out of a fast race like that.
Yeah.
Where some of these horses haven't gone through those sort of races, so they're maybe not as prepared. So that's what I'm banking on at least, and I think $5.50 is they're good odds. So that's
Good
race
one.
3.
What else you got?
So I think it was race.
Interesting racetrack scene, and it's got a massively long straight, and it feels like you're waiting for ages for the line to come.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, the late side track, it really, from what I've seen, it really normally is leaderish. It's you're up the front, or you're in that first sort of third of the race, and if you're not, you're fucked. You just can't run them down.
Yeah, you've got to be positioned nicely on that final bend to start the sprint home. So yeah, it's interesting. It'll be a good day tomorrow. What else you got?
Race 8.
Race number 8.
Security. I like the blood.
Ooh.
Alligator.
How could you
I reckon.
not?
I have a feeling based
So
on his
resuming first up.
Look, you normally give him a run. Like second up's where he really peaks, especially at the 1400. But his latest jump out, he's had 2 jump outs, and his latest jump out was quite impressive. And he got pushed out towards the end, and he looked so good through the line.
Yeah, wow.
And I just think the way or where these other horses are in their preparations, I think even though he's first up, I think getting to the lead at this particular track, I think he can just roll along and be too good. in the straight.
You think the push? You think Blake Shin on the back is also a push
I think
as
that's
well?
a big push.
Yeah. Is this the first time he's ridden Alligator Blood? Or?
I feel like it might be.
Yeah, don't recall him being on it before.
The other horse that I think may have been like set more for this race, I guess, is Mr. Brightside, and he finished like a bomb in his first up run, absolutely flying late, and he loves the 1400 meters as well. So I think that like Alligator's going to be really hard to beat from the front, but if you're going to have a look at another player, it'd be Mr. Brightside. I think those two.
Well, I might just give a cheerio out to Mum because one of her favourites is racing tomorrow as well. Yeah, Nolsey Nuggets back in, just shortened up a little bit. So Mum, there's a good little two.
Ran well first.
Yeah, sure did.
It was well into his prep.
Yeah, but it's had some really good form back in there late. So it'd be a nice little each way play for there, Knowles.
Beautiful. So they're my picks for Sandown. Now the other races are like the Oakley Plate is an absolute headache to look at. Massive field.
It's huge, isn't it?
Massive field. And really, I think it's going to come down to with a field that size. Like, what are we talking here? Like 20 runners. There's a lot of luck involved, not getting caught up behind horses.
Yeah, but you also want to have a look at the stables. Like, we've had many a discussion about the Snowden stable, and right away, King of Sparta is one for.
It's come off 2 wins.
Yeah, $10. It's a great value play. So that's where I'm probably looking at.
You for a horse like that gets back and runs on, you'd want to just be positioned. Because they could be three deep,
absolutely,
like the whole way. So
it's a very open race with a favourite of $5. Like, it is a very open on paper. So
for a horse like him, you'd sort of want to be maybe get yourself positioned a little wider, so when you come around the bend, you've got that room to peel out.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you just get stuck in behind a million horses.
Yeah, exactly right. There's another one, I Am Me, with Jamie Carr on the back.
No, it can run. Absolutely, and there's been form lines out of the previous wins from that horse too. So
it's a tough race. I'm glad I'm not picking that one.
Super tough. You got Lofty Strikes coming off a win. Star Patrol was absolutely flying. He was good first up, Star Patrol.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
He was really good.
Very strong, very solid.
So yeah, that's quite a tough race. And the Blue Diamond, I suppose we better give it a bit of a mention.
Go on, we'll give it a pick.
We'll just like. We're just having a bit of a look here. By no means like, we're saying this one's definitely going to win, but if I just look at this race, it's just... Look, I like Little Bros, and I like it because the way it finished resuming, like it really was taking ground off Barber in that run.
I think Barber's going to be a really, really prominent feature in the last 100. So.
Yeah, I think Barber's going to be right there. But I did like Little Bros mainly because of their price. You're offering $11 at the moment. Like, I thought that was pretty good for just behind.
Can't
Barber.
discount VC either.
Absolutely, this is one of those races that every year, like something just comes out of the woodworks.
And almost like back in the Melbourne Cup. Like, every horse in this race has got a fair crack at having a go. I know the odds don't support that statement, but honestly, you never know your luck. So.
Like the Instructor, it's a horse that gets to the lead, and like we were talking about, Lakeside can be a very leaderish track, so it could just be one of those things you lead and win, or Maranussa's horse, there's Shin, he's on the Maranussa's horse, the favourite, Steel City. Wow, what a decision I have to make in the morning.
Get some plenty of sleep tonight, won't you? Anyway, punters, that's what we like across the 4 big ones tomorrow. Other than that, we're going to say cheerio, get back to watching a little bit of night racing, hopefully cash in a few more winners. We'll see you next week. Post will be back up next week of Did You Know and the analysis from Ty on Tuesday night. Thanks for tuning in. Ty, as always, I always strive for the final words, and you go, no, and then you give us some final words. So Ty, is there any final words this evening?
The main thing is just jump on this discount for autumn, like $100 for 3 months. What was the number? It was like 130, 140 cards total or something across the 3 months. Like
plenty of information.
Crazy number of free tips. Oh, sorry, not free tips. Like, they may as well be.
May as well,
$8.30 a week.
But honestly, a plethora of tips, as they would say. So plenty of information in there for you. Plenty of things that we like. We always give you a little bit of a spiel as to why we're giving it a push. And we're here to win just as much as you guys are. So let's get it done.
Feeling good. I reckon it's going to be a good one.
Fantastic. Good night, punters. Cheerio. How do you say good night in French?
Fuck if I know.
Bonne nuit.